Let's see if this just continues. Then we had rho delta phi. And then the last one, which seemed kind of long, but it was rho sine phi delta theta. And so we put all this together and we get this rho squared sine phi, and then d rho delta phi delta theta. And so what this tells us is at the end, when we go to do our integral, so I know this seems crazy long, so this just means take the function and convert it to spherical coordinates. But then what we got is, at the end, in polar coordinates, we had to put an r here, if you remember. In cylindrical coordinates, we just had to put an r at the end. Now we have to multiply by this rho squared sine phi. So anytime you do this, you got to multiply by this thing at the very end. And so once we convert and then we're going in terms of rho, in terms of theta, and in terms of phi is our integrals, but we need this thing in here, just like we needed r with cylindrical and polar coordinates in there. All right, so those are our three things. So these examples we'll do next time. But so what I want to emphasize again. So we have these four equations to convert back and forth. And then so when we want to convert a point or our function back and forth, or convert our function into spherical coordinates, and then when we want to integrate, we're integrating again over these little, you can consider them rectangular prisms, which length times width times height. We kind of figured them out because two of the sides were kind of curvy, and so we had to kind of dissect it. But we got that it was delta rho, then rho delta phi, and then rho sine phi delta theta. And so once we convert, our triple integral will be, after our function, we'll have to put a rho squared sine phi d rho d theta d phi, whichever. Again, that order of these three things, just like always, can kind of alternate, but that's the standard form. And so we'll talk about some examples. So how to integrate over a ball, and how to integrate and find the volume of something like this using spherical coordinates. So I'll see you guys soon. Hope this wasn't too long and helpful, and we'll talk about any questions you have next class. Peace.
Daddy, did you look at the weather?
Shh.
Can I tell you about the weather? Did you know this?
Didn't you?
Didn't know what's outside.
I just did that whole video, and then you Penny, and then you came, and I didn't finish.
Daddy, do you know what? Do you know?
Spherical coordinates are another way to get to a point in 3 dimensions. And so pretty basically what we are used to is going, obviously, a certain amount in the x direction.
Cookie bunny. Get 2 bunnies. Let's go up.
Section.
Let's sit up.
And so now that we have all 3 pieces, when we come back up here, so we had those 2, and now the third piece was this one, which was rho sine phi delta theta. And so if we want to multiply all these 3 now to get the volume of this box, again, it's not a box, but as they get infinitely small, we're saying they get very close to little rectangular prisms. And so the volume of this thing would be, we started with delta rho.
Daddy, can we go outside?
And then we had
Daddy?
phi. Did you hear you yelling in my video? Didn't I ask you if you could be quiet upstairs for a little bit?
Mm-hmm. But we really need to tell you.
But did that seem cool?
Out.
Did that seem cool?
Mm-hmm.
So let me just finish it real quick.
Okay. You have to delete it? It's snowing out.
Okay, you guys gotta go upstairs while I finish this for 1 second, okay? Penny, upstairs.